Whoop, so this is an official Steve from the back rant. This is Steve from the back, blowing out your backside, giving you thunderous, rumbling, tremor like orgasms all up in your motherfucking guts, and so on, and so on, and so on, making your exes cry and have, blood soaked, pissy nightmares and waking up in cold sweats and wanting to fight me and but not, so yeah. Uh Basically I'm gonna touch on a couple of things in this rant. I'm going to touch on fuck, do you even know what this is? I'm going to touch on the skinwalker myth a little bit. I'm going to touch on resonating with the skinwalker. I'm going to talk about can a man, well, man, I mean human being, can a human being, what's the word, comprehend the true nature of God. I'm going to talk about how Christianity has seemed to have wedged its way up the ass of African Americans somehow, and how really through slavery, really mostly through slavery. As fucking sad as that is, Um, I'm going to also talk about how whatchamacallit, how if the South is ingrained into the African American psyche, really, because of the connection, mostly due to slavery. Fuck, slavery did a lot of shit, man. So, and it's not no pro black like black rant. It's just that's just part of my rant. I'm gonna also talk about how I don't know if I mentioned it already, but I'm gonna talk about how people call a lot of things cultural appropriation when really it's really not appropriation. Really, it's just fashion. At the end of the day, it's not really appropriation. It's preference and it's fashion. So, you know, uh, basically, let's just get straight into the rant, man. And oh yeah, like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. Like, please, just do it, just please, because this channel is it's fucking pitiful, man. So sometimes you gotta change the mood up a little, man. You know, it's pretty funny. I sometimes I think of myself and I think of how like um I may be knowledgeable about certain things, but I'm no fucking genius. I'm no scholar, and I laugh because like honestly, there's a lot of things culturally with people where it's not always my place to understand, but I know everybody has their own opinion. I know everyone has their own cultural things, and everyone has their own opinion. Like think of it, like for instance, how just the language they like to use, with things like, for instance, anytime it's someone that looks like me, with any fucking brown, your skin is fucking brown and black, it's ethnic all of a sudden. Like, what does that even mean? Like, ethnic, right? Like, everyone has an ethnicity, but somehow you have to be brown to be ethnic, right? Like, you're a fucking, a green, orange, and brown fucking African ass looking, tablecloth or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, the minute that you're a hint of brown, you're ethnic. It's some all this ethnic shit. Like, what type of shit? What are you fucking talking about? Like, I get it, but it's just so weird because like, where do you draw the fucking line, man? Like this whole cultural appropriation shit. Like, if shit is cultural appropriation, then how is it appropriation? It's not appreciation. Where the fuck do you draw the line, motherfucker? And how the fuck do you even know what someone else is thinking when they do anything? Like, for instance, if I wear dreads, which I can't, which I can't, but if I wore dreads, like, I'm black, so that's not appropriation. But I'm not no fucking Jamaican, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what if you're just wearing dreads because you like the way they look on you? Like, if I was white and I wore dreads, right? How is that appropriation? It's not that I just like the way dreads look. I might not even like the way dreads look on black people, but I like the way they look on me. Nothing's wrong with that. Like, if you like the way something looks on you, it's not appropriate. You can't appropriate shit, man. Like, you can only wear what you want to fucking wear in the morning. You know, it's like, in let me ask you this, man, black or white, regardless of what you are, who the fuck gives you a right? Who fucking gives you a right to tell someone that they're appropriating anything? Like, shut your fucking mouth, you know what I mean? Like, seriously, that's how I look at it. Like, if I was a white person, I'm gonna keep it real, man. If I was a white person and you told me some shit was a cultural appropriation, I would tell you to shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? That's as simple as that. Like, you'd be like, because you don't tell me shit, motherfucker. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck what race you are. It's just like, I could do whatever white person shit I want to do, and you can't tell me shit, man. You know? And if you want to say something, then you better be fucking ready for what comes next. Because people just need to learn to respect each other. That's the problem. You know, it's like, you know, you see these white celebrities and they fucking wear dreads or they have cornrows and it's appropriation. All that. What the fuck? You can't like, it's only appropriation if you somehow try to spin the narrative that you made it up or it comes from your race when it really doesn't. Like, you can't just wear something and all of a sudden it's appropriated because you're fucking wearing it. So then how in the world is it that, like, I got this cloak on now, this fucking cloak, and I'm pretty sure that this could be under the classification, it could be considered pagan and it probably could be considered goth in a way. But that shit didn't come from us fucking black people. Like, so what the fuck? Is it appropriation that I'm wearing a fucking black cloak? You know, is anything gothic that I fucking to wear, is it appropriation? Am I appropriating fucking Caucasians and fucking Europeans? You know what I mean? Or whatever the fuck you want to classify them, because it's a lot of history behind that. But they're not fucking black. That's all I know. So it's not appropriation, man. Matter of fact, you might as well call it appreciation, if anything, because it'd be very seldom that you find a person that wears or has something that comes from some other culture and they look at you and they're actually seriously racist and say like they have no respect for the culture or the people. No, people just throw shit on and because they think it looks cool or it looks good on them and they just like doing it. That's usually why people do things, okay? So, you know what? Fuck you. I'm already saying fuck you because I know there's someone that's gonna say, oh, what? You're crazy, man. Like, it's appropriation. You know, I can already fucking hear you saying that. I can already see it. I can already hear it. Someone out there is saying that. Is saying that, oh, it is appropriation. Well, guess what? It's fucking not, man. And I'll tell you this, man. If you believe it is, and I respect you enough and have enough love for you, well then I'll let you have your opinion. And I will not argue with you. But I'll tell you this. God damn the person that if I was to run into someone and they were to run their mouth off and say some dumb shit like that, just a random person like I know nothing about and have no respect for, don't fucking ever. I don't ever want to fucking hear from you. Ever. And matter of fact, I'm going to say, you know, fuck it. I'm feeling fucking bold today, so I'm going to say, any fucking Christian motherfuckers dare want to say some dumb shit about anything I fucking say, or you want to say any fuck, keep it to yourself. Don't come to me because I'm going to fucking wreck you. Okay? Sweet old ladies and whoever the fuck you are going to get wrecked. You come to me with that shit and try to say this and that, you don't like this and that, or you try to make little hints and call something evil and all this bullshit, man, I'm gonna fucking wreck you, man. And you're gonna end up with a ball in your throat. You know what that means? It means that something touched you in a way negatively, and now your feelings are hurt and you start to cry, or you feel like you want to cry. And I mean, I hate to say it, but I have that effect on people often, actually, when I really just speak my mind. And I'm like, you know, it seems like, I don't know, it seems like I'm very polite, but then once I like get annoyed and I snap, it seems to impact people. So I don't know if you want a fucking ball in your throat, man. Especially if you're old. You know, if you're old, you probably got a lot of pride and shit. So you might want to just avoid all that hurt and like anguish and shit and anger. So don't come to me with no stupid shit like, oh, this or that, or this is evil, or this. I had one time. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a story. Right, I had a very older person, an older woman, tell me some shit like, saying that goth is a cult. You want to know what's funny about that shit, man? I'm not even gonna speak on that shit. Like, man, some shit happened to her, man. Like she's okay now, but some shit actually happened to her. I'm telling you, sometimes you just should not open your mouth. You just shouldn't, because shit just happens, man. Don't open your mouth. Just keep your fucking mouth shut. Unless you're gonna say something nice. I'm ranting on this shit, so this is my opinion, but I'm not directly targeting any per se person specifically, so I can say what I want. But don't fucking be targeting people with your little opinion, because sometimes you will get crushed. And there will be a fucking ball in your throat, and you will have little tears in your eyes. Sometimes, you'll be like, well damn, well, shut the fuck up then. So, this is another rant, man. This is a rant before a rant. I'm ranting all over your fucking ass today, man. You're getting ranted on, you know? And this is Steve from the back. Okay, this is a Steve from the back rant, and I ain't got nothing better to do, So this is my rant. But yeah, man, those Christians will be I hate to say it, Christians will be the worst ones to ever always open up their fucking mouth. You know what I mean? Like, for some reason they want to tell you that something's evil or has demonic or the roots to it. It's like, did I fucking ever ask for your opinion? No, shut the fuck up before I really tell you some shit that's gonna make you sad. Like when I tell you that basically what's happening around you is because your own fucking stupidity, and you talk all this God shit, and you talk about your prayers and all this dumb shit, and then when you're always in the same position and you're really fucking falling to pieces, and everything around you's falling to pieces, when I simply tell you that it is because you have no fucking power, motherfucker. And your God has no power. And there's nothing going on for you, motherfucker. You're spinning your wheels. Matter of fact, you're doing yourself a disservice when you come in a motherfucker like me and open your mouth. Because things are gonna fucking put their hands on you. Okay? Not me. Forces, I'm saying, are gonna come at you a certain way. Okay? I'm angry. And they're going to get angry. And it's just cause and effect. And you don't want that shit. And if you're thinking that, something's going to protect you, or your God, or this is going to protect you, you're fucking out of your mind, man. Because I've seen it happen. I've seen people get fucking rocked, and I didn't even really try to do much to them. It's just they open their mouth, and then things happen to them. So, if you even understand what I'm saying, do yourself a favor and keep your fucking mouth shut. So that's this first part of the rant. Enjoy the video and have a nice day. And to all the people that I love and respect, I love you. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you had at least a laugh out of it, if anything, Hey, get your thumb out your booty hole. Like and subscribe. So, I know I haven't done a rant in a long time, but basically, in this rant, I would like to ask a question, right? You know how, this is going to be a rant. But you know how you hear like these people, right? And they Christians talk about like putting on the armor of God, right? Especially black people. I don't know what I'm going to talk about a couple of things that's going to be straying off of anything even spiritual, but well, everything's spiritual. When you think of it, like we can only perceive so much that we can see and sense with our five senses. So everything is spiritual. It's just we don't perceive a lot that goes on because we're not capable of it. And we're conscious and we focus on things, so there's things that go on that we wouldn't perceive, and only to perceive them we'd have to be in certain states and may not even be able to be conscious necessarily to perceive these things. So, you hear, especially black people. I mean, I'm black, so uh you're probably gonna get fucking pissed off regardless, but I mean, maybe some people they would rather hear it from their own race than hear it from another race. So, I'm just gonna say it. I'm black, and I notice with black people tend to be really enthralled with Christianity. It's almost like I'm not gonna say that black is synonymous with Christianity, but I'll say a lot seems to be synonymous with Christianity, and a lot seems to almost be synonymous with black, whether you realize it or not. Like you get these black people, man, and these black people are so enthralled with this Christianity that it's almost like it's almost like it's become a part of our psyche or something. Like you watch these videos and it's like black people, and then they got like gospel in the background. It's gospel. Everything is like gospel music. Fuck. I mean, it's just kind of weird. Like, just like for instance, us black people, like people sometimes call us talking black, but really, it's Southern is what it really is. It's because we've been enthralled with the fucking South for years. And I only like to use the word enthralled because to use the word enslaved sounds a little bit nastier, even though that's really what it was. It comes from slavery, because you got to really think we came from Africa, so we were slaves, and we were Southern. We were all types of slaves. We were Southern slaves. So in the South, so we, the parts of the South became attached to us, and it is ingrained in our psyche, and it's in our speech, it's in our cooking, it's in a lot of shit. Okay, because we are a product of, what's the word? Fuck it. Let's just say we interacted with people, not on necessarily such a nice grounds. Obviously, a lot of good things came out of it in a way, believe it or not. I mean, there's tons of blacks that are in the South with money that have family, children, and everything. So, I mean, your interactions with something could be really nasty and horrifying, but good actually can come out of it. In interbreeding is a good thing. To interbreed with different races is a good thing. But I'm just laughing because I'm like, I hear all these black. I laugh because it's like they talk about. And I'm kind of really going like veering off what I really want to talk about. But think of it this way: like, you hear all these black people talking about like, the armor of God. The armor of God. Like, what I really want to ask is like, shit. I mean, okay, man. But like, let me ask you this: as a human being, can you really comprehend what you would call God is? Or do you have an idea that you like of God that you choose to throw around, that you want to claim as God, But fuck that, man. I mean, the real part of the rant is what I want to talk about is how we all relate to things. And I find that sometimes, like, I'm not an all bad person, but I find I relate to things that are necessarily not so fucking pretty for people, Like, this whole skinwalker thing. I probably ranted on it a little bit before, but this whole skinwalker shit that people talk about, which many of us know about. If you don't know what a skinwalker is, just look it up. But a lot of times, I guess I would say the idea of the wild nature of a thing, the primitive wild nature, and when you are really angry and you're really pissed and you really know who you want to target and you're really gonna be vicious about what you do to that person, or at least your intentions towards a certain person that deserves it. Some maybe not everyone deserves things like that are bad, but I'm saying when you know that someone is no fucking good really, and they're just getting by on luck, and you realize a lot of things they have, a lot of things they even enjoy, or things that are in their life, it's fucking straight luck, man. Because they didn't do shit to really deserve it. They're not all that fucking special. They're not all that good. They're not so wonderful. And they're just really fucking lucky. It makes you want to just knock them off. Like, it makes you want to, like, just hit a stop on the luck button and watch them just fucking fall and crumble, and then take everything that they ever fucking had and that they ever thought was theirs and that they ever thought maybe they deserved. So when people talk about this malicious evil that this skinwalker somewhat radiates, I resonate with that, man, because I'm already a very natural, very wild, very animal, not an uncontrollable, but I'm a very primal, very animal, powerful type of person. Okay, a very masculine, powerful, animal type of person. I can seem mild mannered, which I am, but I'm saying just when it comes to just raw force and masculinity and what's the word I'm looking for? Animality, like your animal connection, that's me through and through. So I resonate with that shit, man. But it's funny because then on the flip side, you have this whole like Christian culture where everything is evil and whatever, whatever, and everything is scary and whatever. Um, but you know what? I resonate with that, man, and I'm gonna leave you with this. If you ever think that you find it hard to even like wrap your head around or even relate to anything I fucking just said, think of your worst enemy, or think of someone that like stood in your way in any type of way to where you just wish you could just make them just disappear, right? Well, that's what I'm talking about, and that's what I mean about how like you can take something, you can call it evil, you can call it whatever you want, but I don't look at it that way. I look at it more of like your perception of something from where you stand is your perception because that's where you are, but you have no clue what could be the reasoning behind a being's thought process and why. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, think of it this way. um when like people kill mice every day, right? I don't particularly don't like killing animals. I would not want to kill a mouse. If a mouse is in my house, I wouldn't want to. But think of it this way, like the mouse is simply just trying to survive. The mouse doesn't want to freeze. He doesn't want to get eaten outside. He doesn't want to starve. He comes into your house and then you just exterminate him because he came into your house. It's your house, okay? But he came into your house. But he was just living his life. He was just trying to survive, and you heartlessly just exterminated him. Maybe you threw a glue trap down. Maybe his little mouse balls got stuck to the glue trap, and he died a very slow, disgusting death. But you did that. But you know why? That's because you're not about to have no fucking mouse causing germs in your house, eating shit, chewing holes and shit, pissing and shit, and making your kids sick, peeing everywhere, and doing all types of crazy shit in your house, inviting people when they sleep. You're not gonna have that shit. So you exterminate his ass. But you gotta think, a mouse is still alive. It's a small life. It's not as intelligent as you, but it's still alive. But you took it because you had the power to take it, because you're a human being and you're more intelligent. So you got to think of it this way: every being has its limits, its purpose, and it has its agenda, and it has its like qualities. So just as much as you can't understand something and it's out of your realm of like understanding, out of my realm of understanding, obviously it has a purpose. So I don't know. That's just my rant, you know. Um, and maybe you don't believe in any myths at all. Maybe you don't believe in what a skinwalker is. Maybe you don't believe in any of that. Maybe you have no religion. Maybe you're not a Christian. Maybe you're nothing. I'm not saying anything's wrong with that, but I'm just saying, you know, I can relate to being fucking pissed off, and I can relate to what's the word fucking somebody up when they deserve it. That's basically my rant. Have a nice day.